Hello viewers out there, welcome back to SAIDOUBAH Video Production and Sound System. It's your presenter again, Ramzy of SAIDOUBAH Video Production. Here we have another episode of the Africans in the Diaspora program, and we have an artist all the way from Finland, a reggae artist by the name Dr. Olugander. We all know him. Welcome to the show, Dr. Olugander.
Oh yes. Yeah, greetings in the divine name of the Lord God Almighty for giving us the willpower, the strong mind and ability. It's indeed absolutely a pleasure to be here, in Oslo, after being invited by the Gambian Association here, here I am.
Thank you for that, Dr. Olugander. Can you please tell us a little bit about you?
Yes, as you know, we've been through many things, and if I should recount to you everything, we're gonna spend 2 weeks here, listening at each other, about the things we've been through and what we do, but I'm just gonna give you like a short version of a longer text, which is absolutely, I am Dr. Olugander, a book papa the first, all the way from the Gambia, based in Finland right now. As you may know, everyone that knows me as a reggae artist from Gambia, representing the Gambia, crisscrossing worldwide and playing my music, and that is me, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Dr. Olugander. Dr. Olugander, for how long have you been in Finland here? Because you are a Gambian, and as you said, you represent the Gambia. So how long have you been in Finland?
Okay, I've been coming to Finland as early as about 7-8 years ago, something like that. I was like more into concerts, but since I based in Finland, it's about 4 years now. But I've been coming to Finland, performing in the neighborhood, Finland, Germany, Sweden, Estonia, and Oslo, and but since I based, it's about 4 years now. Yeah.
That's very nice. So you have been in the Gambia throughout your career?
Yeah. Throughout my career, yes, I was born and grown in the Gambia. You understand? But in between I was like always out playing my music, but born and grown in the Gambia. Yeah.
So can you tell us a little about your career, which is the music industry, and you're part of the reggae part? Can you tell us more about this career, because there are so many challenges and so many advantages also of being a reggae artist?
Yeah, exactly. The challenges are, written clearly on the wall. If you check it out, if you check the levels, you will realize that, particularly reggae music in the Gambia, it is a music that, had been there from that time to this time, and the people of Gambia love reggae music. But then the challenges were like, when you were, during our time, when you play reggae music, people see you as a ganja smoker. You understand? You born weed, and you are irresponsible. You can't just be trusted. It has been seen as like an outcast, something like, you smoke weed and you do all kind of bad things. So, the reggae was like looked low upon. But despite all that, it was the biggest music in Gambia that could gather like, the biggest crowd in a Gambia at Independence Stadium, so we did face a lot of things like in the music, we've been used and abused. You understand? We trample and fall and rise, and there has been a whole lot of things that we've been through in the music in the Gambia, like I did tell you, which I can't recount all here, but I'm telling you, it had been tough, as we all knew Gambians, as people of, people who are very supportive for foreign vibes and instead of their own people. So we would spend 15 weeks listening to that here because we all know Gambia. But I hope and pray that the younger generation wouldn't go through what we have been through, cause it had been a tough time and vibes for us. But everything good as long as God is concerned, and believing in what you are doing, you know, is always like another stepping stone that would uplift you to another level, no matter all the obstacles in your life and everything. Once you believe in yourself, you always overcome all these things. But it had really been tough, definitely. But then I know that paths with no obstacles leads to nowhere. Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor. And Doctor, like you have stayed in Finland for the past 4 years, and you were in the Gambia singing reggae, despite all the challenges and all the difficulties that reggae artists face. How do you feel being an African, a reggae artist, African, born and raised in the Gambia and in the diaspora right now?
Yeah, I feel good because reggae music is it's a powerful carrier of message, because through this music we express, you know, our inner feelings and the things that are happening, you know, within the neighborhood and the society. You understand the challenges of life. So it had been a great vibes, you know, looking up to, you know, the people that inspired me, like the foundation artists like, you know, Bob Marley, Lucky Dube and all these people, you know, Alpha Blondy, you know, Bonnie Wailer and Jacob Miller, all these foundation artists, and my grandfather too, who was a great cultural singer during his heydays. So looking at all these things, I feel blessed to be part of the family. And as a reggae singer, if you know Olugander very well, you would realize the flexibility in me. I don't only play reggae because I just have a voice, you understand, for the people, and I play what my fans want, you understand. So, you know, I'm into like dancehall, reggae, and, you know, African stuff and thing, because you need to represent your roots and culture. Yeah.
That's very wonderful of you, Dr. Olugander. And Dr. Olugander, what was the reason that inspired you to be a reggae artist?
As I did said, like, I was naturally born a singer. I was a singer from the first day I was born. You understand? It, you know, everything is in a me. Music chose me. Me not choose music. Music chose me. You understand? So everything when me do is music. When I talk is music. When I walk is music. When I sleep is music. So my main source of inspiration actually came from the Lord God Almighty. You understand? My grandfather and all these foundation artists I did mention to you. You understand? So I just feel good and feel blessed. Mm.
That's very nice of you. And when you were in the Gambia, were you singing when you were going to school, or you started singing when you graduated?
I was singing while I was in school, because I attended to high school, that's St. Peter's High School. But because of my desire for music, I decided to further my education in St. Augustine's. You know, in St. Augustine's, there you could do arts, and there was much encouragement there. And there I was singing for the school too as well. Yes, I did perform for the school, you know, and I can remember there was a competition of one song sponsored by UNICEF, and the title of the song was The Right and Welfare of a Child, and I was the lead vocal then, singing for the school. And the event took place at Alliance Franco Gambia. Everything was nice, and I was singing for the school. I still have the pictures and the memories with me. Yeah, good vibes, you know. I was singing from the days I was in school, definitely.
Thank you for that, Doctor. We have so many young people in the Gambia who are also like you, born and raised in the Gambia, went to school and everything there. They have the passion and the love to be reggae artists, but because of these challenges that you have also faced, most of them are facing it right now. And some want to do it, but they cannot, because they are thinking of what the society will say. How will my people see me? How will they see my family? What do you have for those people?
Well, nothing good comes easy. You understand? Yeah, and they just need to get focused. You know, if you love something, you definitely have to go for it. You understand? It's like a natural callings. When it calls you, you definitely need to answer to the callings. You understand? There is nothing easy in life. Once you discover that this music is yours, go for it. But there shall always be challenges, no matter what. You understand? You just need to be strong, and there would be negative challenges, and there would be like critics, productive critics, unproductive critics, but you still have to deal with everything as a public figure. You don't need to respond to everything that comes against your way. You use it as a stepping stone to reach to your own destination. You understand? As I did tell you, paths with no obstacles leads to nowhere. So you just need to trample down all barriers, circles and chains, to be, where you want to be, where you aiming at. Definitely they got to be strong, because we're living in an Armageddon time, and times are hard and terrible. So you must be very, very strong like a lion. Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor. And Doctor, we also have these youths there who are say, like some will say that I cannot make it if I don't travel to the diaspora. And you made it in the Gambia, because you have stayed, as you said, you just stayed here for 4 years. And we know that you have been singing long since some of us were not born. So can you tell those people that they can also make it wherever they are in Africa?
Yes. Okay. I used to be a youth activist, and I used to be a social secretary for a youth organization called Youth OAU. That's Youth Organization of African Unity, one of the 38 chapters in Africa. So I was working with them, and there was a good vibes. What I would say for that is like, the productivity of the human being depends on the creativity of the human mind. You understand? Once you are creative, you will be productive. You understand? Okay. Like I said, times are hard and tough and terrible right now. Things are tough in the Gambia. Things are tough in Europe. Things are tough in America, Asia, everywhere in the world. So if you are seated here thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, probably you might be making a wrong choice. You only realize it when you are on the other side, then you start regretting, why did I even leave my home? But I'm telling you, there is like economical crisis everywhere in the world. There is political crisis everywhere in the world. There is problems everywhere. Everywhere. Nobody is safe right now. So I just want the youth to focus and be creative. You understand? There, then they can be productive in whatever thing that they do. Going through this back way is not something that I've been supporting. I'm not supportive to that anyway. But then I understand, people have different situations, but no matter what, we need to stand against it. You only realize it when you cross over the sea to Italy, then you realize it's even tougher there. So where is okay? So the whole world is like in a deep shit right now. So my advice to the youths right now is to just stay focused and, work hard to achieve the desires of their hearts, because whatever conceived belief can be achieved. That is life. You need to be strong. You need to be strong in this time. Be productive and be creative. You understand? Be the master of your own destiny. It will work. Nothing good comes easy. Always remember this. And check the levels.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I guess I'll also learn from that. And Doctor, you have been in the music industry for so many years now. Do you still have plans for the future about your career?
Yes, I have a lot of plans, right? Like right now, I am always like in the Gambia like 3 times in a year, because I'm always homesick, and I have projects to run in the Gambia, because music is like, it's something, it's like, music is jealous. It's like when you have a jealous wife. You understand? You need to keep it intact. You need to keep connected to your fans, and that is why I'm always in the Gambia doing projects. I was one of those first musicians in the country to establish my charity projects. It's called the Ganda's Production Foundation, giving back to the community. We've done something like for the disaster flood victims when the rain came in the Gambia and things didn't look good for the poor people them in the neighborhood. It was my charity, foundation, Gander's production, that went on tour, gathered some money and bought some bags of rice and cooking, oil and stuffs like that, and they were donated to the National Disaster Management Office at the office of the Vice President at State House. It was on news and everything. And then again, we did something for the Blind School of the Gambia. So my music was and still basically about uplifting, the poor people, you understand, because one hand was the other, you understand. And growing up as a youth, I remember from the days when I wake up in the morning, when we have a bread, me can't have butter, or me can't even have a cup of tea. So who feels it knows it. I'm sharing my music and the little money I have with the poor people who are around me because of what, it has gotten a direct impact to me. I did experience the thing because who feels it knows it. So I'm not doing it because of I'm rich. I'm not rich, but I call it sharing. You understand? I'm sharing with my people. So amongst those projects, we have done a lot of things, and I'm establishing myself in Finland to the international music, levels right now. And that's why I keep telling them to keep checking the levels, because I'm on a project right now called Dr. Olugander and Friends on Journey, which is featuring different artists around the world. So I invited an artist from Ghana called Black Messiah, and we sang a song called Not Everybody. And the other, that one came on the 6th June, something like that. And then before I forwarded to Oslo, there was another one that came out called Mama, featuring CD Ranks from Kingston, Jamaica. So it just came out on the 1st of August. So I am working on these projects. I just don't want to leave the cat out of the bag, but there's a lot of artists in this project called Olugander and Friends on Journey. This is a project I'm working on. So to cut the long story short, I am really solidifying myself in the music industry to an international level, trying to push Gambian music where it hasn't reached yet. You understand? There's a lot of things going on anyway.
Thank you so much for that. It's really, we are really honored to have you here on this interview. And before closing our program, Dr. Olugander, we'd like you to give your words of wisdom to all the youths out there, especially those who really have the love and passion for music.
One thing, unity is always the key. United we stand, divided we fall. A rope made of two cords is hard to break, and two people would always resist an attack that would defeat one person alone. So united we stand, divided we fall. United we defeat the devil. So people make we unite, and accept the sense of belonging to Africa. Love your mother, respect your father. To all the young artists coming up, remember to respect the people, the trendsetters, the people who set up the space before you step in at the place, because anywhere in the world, even in Jamaica, you have like young artists trying to pay tribute and give the respect where it is due, like people who set the trend before them. So it is always something like the wall of saying would go, understand that? So it's always good to respect like the foundation artists who came before you, because if you diss a foundation artist, you will be dissed too, because in this world what goes around comes around, and we are all gifted in our various ways, you understand? So respect yourself, love your mother, love your father, respect your neighbors, think positive, because if you think positive, then you achieve positive things. Be careful of how you talk to yourself, because you are listening to yourself. So you must be careful how you talk to yourself. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Guys, you have that. That was Dr. Olugander all the way from Finland, who is currently with us in Oslo, Norway. We will be showing you some of his songs at the end of the interview. Thank you.
We all got to be ourselves, no matter what I want. Stop from being someone else. Got to live a life.